Hey, grand greetings. How y'all doing? This is the goddess JAZZELDA, SHIIBOSS, the spiritual boss for the spiritual sauce. All right. So listen, y'all, this is another episode of SHIIBOSS. So if this is your first time tuning in, I'd like to thank you for joining me. All right. And go ahead and invite you to drop down below and hit that subscribe button. Trying to reach 1K before the end of the year. We almost at 400. So I know we're going to make that. All right. So, yeah. And if you already subscribe to my YouTube channel, then feel free to follow me on my other social media platforms as well. All right. So today I just wanted to come with a little motivational message for you all and talk about how important it is to get your morning routine together. All right. So for those of you who all don't know about the 90-day self-help self-check challenge that I had created for people who inspire to better themselves, it only takes about 21 days to form a new habit if you do it consistently. So in 90 days, you can really change your life. All right. I know you're tired of some things that may be happening to you or you're tired of some things that you're not doing for yourself and you know you need to be doing. So you are the type of person that I had in mind when I created the 90-day self-help self-check challenge, because you are just like me, all right? And I have definitely had those problems and still continue to have those problems, all right? So with the 90-day self-help self-check challenge, it's designed to kind of like key in and focus on particular issues and particular things that you would like to work on or that you need to work on in a way that is productive, conducive, sufficient, and helps you to create it as a way of a lifestyle instead of just doing it sporadically or not doing it at all, right? Because a lot of times, I think some of the things that keep people like from being successful or from continuing to advance and level up is the fact that we just sometimes don't keep going. We get complacent, or we feel like we reach a certain level and we feel like, well, maybe we can't go any further because we've like maxed out on how far we can go. All right. But I think that a lot of that comes from us being taught that, for instance, we only use a certain part of our brain and we can only become smart to a certain degree. And people that are like super advanced and super intelligent are very far and few in between, and there's something special about them. So we don't really know that we possess the ability to be super intelligent. As a matter of fact, we're already born intelligent, all right? And so I like to let people know and help people understand that, yes, as it is fine to get educated, nothing wrong with it. Basically pass the basic mathematics, reading and writing, spelling and stuff like that. It doesn't, think about the last time you used algebra in your adult life, unless you were, somebody that did scientific research or something like that, and you needed to use like formulas and stuff like that to actually get your job done. But other than that, if you're not even someone who's close to that industry, there's no reason for you to even be using that stuff, all right? So a lot of that stuff they just throw in there to kind of take up your time, all right? So I like to get people to understand that you don't have to limit yourself to what you're being taught. You can actually go out, do things for yourself, think about things, and self-teach, all right? Because some of us don't have money or don't really want to spend money on an education that we have to pay for, we'll be in debt for life, and then you get the education or you get this piece of paper or certificate supposedly validating how smart and educated you are, and then you're told that, hey, you can't even get a job in that industry because you're overqualified, or they don't have enough positions available, or whatever the case is. I know a lot of people right now still in debt for college degrees, you know what I'm saying, and certificates and stuff like that, because really just a piece of paper. I know a lot of people in debt right now for that and not even working a job that's related to what they went to school for. On the flip side, I know a lot of people that are multimillionaires and wealthy as hell that never even finished high school or college. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the way things is going. I'm like, I think that we've been bamboozled here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm somebody that loves to learn. I can teach myself to do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I didn't know how to do last year, I know how to do this year. And next year, I'm going to know twice as much, probably 2 or 3 times as much, because really the more I learn, I get smarter and I start just super speed learning, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just getting more intelligent by the day, but don't tell nobody. But listen, I want to help those of you all who feel like you're stuck in a rut and you can't like come up out of your situation because you don't have an understanding of exactly who you are, what you're capable of, okay? So listen, what I want you to understand is how important it is like for something just as simple, because these are things that we overlook that make the biggest difference. Something just as simple as a morning routine, all right? And I'm somebody who sometimes it's hard for me to stay consistent with certain things that I don't really want to do. But if I stay on myself and constantly, you know what I'm saying, keep my foot on my own neck, eventually I'm going to get tired of me complaining to myself. Because, see, I don't talk to nobody about the things that I know I need to change for myself about me. You feel me? I don't discuss that with other people because I don't need anybody else to validate, confirm, you know what I'm saying, approve, deny, anything. I listen to self, you feel me? Because what you have to understand and what you need to know is that voice inside of you, that's you talking to you. That's your intuition. That is your built-in GPS, your spiritual guide that is leading you and guiding you, all right? A lot of y'all don't know that y'all have a spiritual side, so you're in denial or you're neglecting it, and that's why your life is all thrown off a track, because you're not even aware of a whole nother side of you that exists, and this is the part that you're not tapping into that's keeping you limited to the physical existence that you have, all right? So I want y'all to kind of look at it like this, that you are inside of this bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? This is like a outfit that you put on and you came into this world. This is a vessel that you're traveling through. For those of you all who are religious, you heard it in the books, you know what I'm saying? You don't really comprehend it because somebody probably taught you what to think about what it's saying, or somebody probably taught you how you should understand and translate that. But you don't understand that this is the vessel. You're not the vessel. You're inside the vessel, all right? So you're like a little ball of fire, just a spiritual ray of sunshine that's actually inside of this suit, all right? So when you get up in the morning, you look at yourself and you look in the mirror and you see this bodysuit that you have on, you think that's you. And so in your mind, you limit it to the things that you're able to do and the things that you're able to accomplish. But if you understand that this bodysuit is not your limitation, baby, all right? That's what they told you, because they did not want you to know how great you were. They didn't want you to know how powerful your mind is, and how once you are aware of how powerful your mind is, you can tap into the ability to be able to create magnificent and amazing things, all right? Magic ain't what y'all think it is. It's not a bunch of hocus pocus and hoopla and abracadabra and things of that nature. The magic is inside of you, but you're not activating it. It's going to stay there untouched and you know what I'm saying, untamed. So you're actually creating things, but you're not aware of it because you haven't been taught that, all right? So I'm here to tell you and teach you and help you to understand who you are and what you are capable of and what you have inside of you, all right? I dropped out of school. I'm not even gonna say I dropped out of school. I stopped going to school, like public school, when I was 16. I graduated from Job Corps, all right? So basically, I ain't been to school. I'm almost 40 years old in over 20 years. You feel me? But people tell me how smart I am all the time. And when I'm telling people is, I'm not really that smart. I study. I teach myself things, okay? Anything that I don't know how to do, I feel like I can go find out. And if I get to the point where I feel like, you know what, even though I can do this, it's too much, that's when I hand that over to somebody else. You start delegating duties and get people to do things that's not really cut out for you, all right? But the way that you figure out what is for you and what isn't for you is actually by doing it. If you sit here in doubt and fear and asking everybody else, well, what should I do? And then you're allowing people to project their worries and their fears on you, and really that's what you asked them for, because you knew they was going to talk you out of doing what it is you wanted to do. You just needed somebody to do that because you don't want to be the one to push yourself up, promote yourself, boost yourself, encourage yourself. You feel me? But you should do that for yourself, because you're neglecting yourself, you're sleeping on yourself, and you're denying yourself the exact things that you're desiring, all right? So that's how that works, all right? You can actually work to create more things that you want and the outcome that you want if you get more focused. So this is what we're going to do. I want you all to create your morning routine, all right? Very simple stuff. Some of the things that I suggest that you add into your morning routine, if time permits, if the energy permits. Don't make excuses, though. If this is something that you can't do starting out, figure out how to adjust, you know what I'm saying, your lifestyle, because simple adjustments is what makes all the difference, all right? It's just something as simple as, you need to, when you write stuff down, you need to go back and look at what you wrote down. You feel me? Because if you don't go back and look at it, what was the point of writing it down? You're taking notes on things you need to do, but you're not following up. You got to do the follow-up. You got to do the behind work. You feel me? You can't just do the start and not do the finish, because you won't be seeing it through, all right? And I'm somebody who has struggled with that throughout life. I started a lot of things that I didn't finish, and I got fed up and tired of starting stuff that I wasn't finishing, all right? So now my life mission is to complete everything that I start, all right? And even though I want to start a lot of things, I understand that sometimes you got to pace yourself, prioritize, and some things you can do at the same time and some things you can't.